In many respects, you have to laugh at the people that are now literally on your TV screens because they don't obviously care about their own pay packet, or more importantly, the corporation that they're simply working for, particularly when you need all the money that you can muster simply for your BBC licence fee. You see, yesterday we told you all about a particular presenter who literally was gleeful, her own words, at a member of parliament being, well, let go from his role. Suddenly she's back on screen a year later, all thanks to the fact, of course, she decided to go down a legal route with the BBC. That's just how soft they are. Let me tell you, I know many people that work inside the BBC, and quite frankly, they are so scared of anything to do with legal or human resources, they simply back down. So here's why this particular woman won't even get told off, even by the head of news, Deborah Turnus, simply because, of course, they're too frightened to go down this path. Let me explain. It's lovely to see you today, and as ever, thank you so much for taking the time out. Yes, this woman here, right, she decided, quite frankly, once again on air, live on air, to break the BBC impartiality rules. Now, if she looks familiar, she may do, in fact, because she is the elder sister of Christian Guru Murthy, who's also a news presenter on Channel 4 News. Not many people watch that, so you possibly wouldn't know too much about that. Something similar though, he was suspended from his job for a week, simply for being vulgar and rude and crass about a member of parliament outside Number 10, which was broadcast all over the United Kingdom. Yes, and then once again let back in. Even more so, was able to become a contestant on the BBC's Strictly Come Dancing. But back to Geeta. Let me explain this. The BBC apologised to Nigel Farage over the impartiality breach when presenter Geeta Guru Murthy remarked as the channel cut away from the honorary Reform UK President's press conference about migration in Dover. The former UKIP leader was talking about Donald Tusk, the Polish Prime Minister, referring to the aggressive young males that are coming into Poland when the news channel cut away. The presenter, Geeta, then said that Nigel Farage, with his customary inflammatory language there at a Reform UK press conference, he declined to stand for a seat. But we will have more on what Farage is saying. If you want to follow it more, just follow the QR code. Now again, here's where it gets even more interesting, because I approached the BBC and said, was that on the auto cue? Was she reading that somebody had actually put there before? And apparently no, it wasn't on the auto cue. As ever, we have to say allegedly, because of course nobody wants to come forward from the BBC to actually clarify anything. Worse than that now, this particular individual could be part of the election BBC coverage. I kid you not. But should she be? And more importantly, having said that so deflammatory, literally live on air about someone else without any subcontext or anything, should she simply still be in a job? Many people over here in the United Kingdom truly believe that simply right now she should be removed full-time from her job at the BBC. But as I said, the head of news, Deborah Turnus, doesn't seriously have that sort of backbone to deal with something like this. And more predominantly what you will hear is an apology, a rather loose one, and then of course exactly how much she's a valued part of the election team and how much they value her input. What's interesting also is these people are allowed to stay on air, stay in their jobs, knowing full well that they will not be reprimanded. But you, of course, if you don't pay for the privilege of hearing this sort of stuff, literally you have to pay. Then the BBC are spending millions tracking down, of course, licence fee evaders. When you think about it, quite frankly, they're turning everybody off without people wanting to run away to pay for it. It's quite simple. Geeta, should she go or stay? I'd love to know what you think. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.